Today we're going to talk about installing the right drywall anchor for the right job. Here we got 5 different types of anchors. 4 of them are for drywall and 1 of them is for concrete blocks. There are dozens of different types of anchors out here. But this first one here we're going to talk about is pretty much the most basic style. Just a push-in anchor. You got to drill a hole slightly undersized, and then you'll either push or hammer this one home. And then when you drill your screw in, it flares out that little separation at the tip there. Any general size screw will work. They usually come with screws, but if not, a standard drywall screw will definitely work for that. This next anchor here is a little more heavy duty. It's probably number 2 on the scale of the ones that I'm showing you here on being able to hold weight. You pinch it in half like that, and then you'll slide it through a hole in the wall that you drill, and then you press those wings out, and those wings are what gives it all the strength. This anchor here is actually my favorite. They go in super easy. You just drill them straight into the wall. I actually do a little pilot hole with the screw that you use, and then I drill that anchor in. And once you put the screw through the anchor, it flares out as well on the end. Super easy to install, super easy to uninstall. All around my favorite anchor that I like to use. This anchor here is for anchoring into concrete. So if you're not going to use a Tapcon, then you're going to want to drill a hole into concrete that this anchor will slip into, and then you can use any kind of screw. And this final anchor here is a toggler. It's a snap toggle, so you slide it into a hole, and then you kind of just toggle those handles, and that metal bar is what's going to get pulled next to the drywall after you slide that snap ring up, and then you just snap off the excess. It's a super strong anchor and is very heavy duty. Okay, here we are. We're going to be installing each of these anchors into a little sample piece of drywall that I have here in my basement. This first anchor here, like I said, you just drill a hole that's the size of the anchor or slightly undersized, and just hit it in, drive the screw right in, pretty easy. Then we're going to take a drill bit for this next anchor, and this is one where you got to bend it in half. Then we're going to slip it in the hole there and just hammer it home. Then you use this little push pin, and that's what makes the wings flare back out and gives the anchor its strength. And then the screw will actually go through the center of those wings and kind of pull them up tight to the wall. And here I'm just using a screw to make my pilot hole for that screw-in anchor. It makes the anchor go in a lot easier in my experience, so that's just the way that I go about it. You don't need to do it, but it works easy. So then we're going to screw that anchor in here. Just kind of drive it flush like that, and then screw right through the middle. And once you get closer to the end, you'll hear a little snap of that anchor splitting in two so that it doesn't pull out. And this final anchor requires the largest hole, but like I said, this one's super heavy duty. Can easily hold over 100 pounds, and they're kind of a specialized use if you need that much weight just to be in drywall. So you slide this locking mechanism down, get it nice and tight, and then you just bend those 2 tabs back and forth. They break right off. There you go. It's installed. And then it comes with just a regular bolt, small carriage bolt there, and small pan head screw, I should say. And just screw it in, and whatever you're gonna be using to tighten, that'll definitely go through that piece and lock it in on the wall there. Okay, here's a backside view of all the anchors, showing you how they work here. There's that most basic anchor that we talked about, light duty. This is a pretty medium duty anchor, to slightly heavy duty. There you go, there's a top view of it. And my favorite anchor here, that screw lock. I'd say it's a medium duty. You can probably hold 20, 30 pounds per anchor. They're just so easy to install and uninstall. It's hard to get around that. And that bad boy there, she's a monster. Thanks for watching. Hope you like it. Like and subscribe.